people like from Dublin, and especially like in the pubs and stuff, they all have this thing where I don't know what it is. It's like they'd be like, "All right, Tom Cruise." I was like, "Why are you fucking calling me Tom Cruise for?" They're like, "Sorry, Dustin Hoffman." Like, so fucking stupid. Like,
hello and welcome back to another episode of Finnterviews. I'm your host Connor Finn, and this is a show where I get to chat to the most interesting people. I know, you know the score by now. I know the score by now. And if you don't, go listen to some past episodes, you dirty bastards. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I went down that route. On this show this week, I was thrilled to welcome on the hilarious, the iconic, the man about town. It was a brilliant Darren Conway. Darren joined me on the show and we talked about how he first started out making sketches online, the inspiration behind his hilarious characters, staying humble thanks to his very, very honest community, and getting absolutely terrified, interrupted throughout this whole interview by his ginormous dog. That sounds like a euphemism. It's not. This was a really odd interview actually to do because I was back home when I thought I'd be back in Dublin at the stage. But we made it through all right. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty at the start. You'll hear all about it. But Darren was just such a lovely guest and really open and really chatty about it. So I couldn't have asked for anything more, and it's lovely to hear all about his life. So without further ado, please enjoy this latest episode of Finnterviews with the wonderful Darren Conway. Well, welcome back to another episode of Finnterviews. On the show this week is the brilliant, the tactical genius, my God, we found here together. Wow. It's amazing. Darren Conway, how's it going, Darren?
hello. How are you? You madman.
How am I? That's a big question to open up with, Darren. Jesus, all right. It's a Monday after the big weekend opening up. My God, what do you want the real answer like?
I think we're all madmen this Monday.
We're all shell humans this Monday. Like, I think even like as trying to get things done at work, it's like try to emails. It's just like a whole other language. It's horrendous. Like, yeah. Hope it's all well. I don't really, but like I'm gonna write that in there. Hope you're suffering as badly as I am. Yeah. But how are you getting on? Yeah, how are you getting on anyways? I mean, Monday night.
Yeah, good.
With bit of technical difficulty setting up there. You're playing hard to get, but I got you. And
I'm here now.
Yeah.
I arrived late. I thought it was 6 o'clock, and then you emailed me saying check your Twitter. Or was it check your Twitter? I emailed you on Twitter. So you were hanging in the lobby for like how long?
Too long. Do you know what? If this was like a first date or something like that, I'd be long gone. I'd be 2 drinks in. I'd say this man has stood me up. I'm getting out of here. And I was that close. Darren, honestly. But then you came through last minute and said, "Oh, do you know what?" And I said, "I'll make some time. I'll make some time for you."
Yeah. Okay. The dog is in, and he might start barking.
No, that's fine actually.
He's gone. He's gone.
That's what I'd say. He's a very tall dog. You've seen you looking up in that corner.
Yeah, he's like taller than me. So like, what's up?
Like, oh, please don't start barking.
I can't even rub him. He's so tall I can't rub him. He's like a giraffe.
But Darren, I suppose first and foremost, if people are coming on to the podcast, I mean, out of the wildest chance they have or find you come through me. What's going on there?
What happened there?
Idiot. But yeah, maybe give us a brief introduction about yourself, background, I suppose where you're from. I would know you as, comedian, actor, sketch maker. I'm sure there's podcaster. Is there any other hats that you'd put yourself under? I'm going to let you take it.
Yeah, I think you pretty much nailed it.
Sick.
But, actor. I suppose I do a bit of acting. But other than that, I suppose you nailed it, man. You nailed it.
Do you know what? I told you, you're in with professionals this evening. I was like, tick, there we go.
No one has ever this professional. I'm a bit taken back how professional you are, and it's crazy.
I know, man. Wow. Here, it's fine. And you know what? You're great. Even complimentary about that. Like that's showing the real acting right there. Do you know what I mean? Like Connor, you're
Now.
clearly very good in this.
This is me at home. I'm not switched on now.
Yeah, but I suppose like, I mean, I know you obviously just from like the kind of videos like going up, and again with the kind of likes of the podcast, it's Stall with Joe. Like this seems to be something that, I mean, over last year especially, even with, you know, like Darren Joe's free gaff, like everything's kind of been rolling over last year, well, and seems like you've been really come to the forefront. But like, when did you first kind of get started to this like line of like comedy and like, you know, sketch making, like, you know, making funny videos? Like, was it something that you'd always like had a passion for, like, and gravitated towards, or is this like something that like you never really had in mind, and then next thing you're like, here man, I'm on the internet.
Here, look at this. I'm making videos on Twitter. Nah.
I mean, there's worse websites, so.
Yeah, I suppose like I'm doing it. Like I started out on Facebook, like when maybe like 2010. Like created like a little like page, and I was posting to that, and it was originally called Darren Conway's Creations, and it was just like loads of random videos like the ones we see on Twitter and stuff like that. And then I just kind of kept going with it over the years, you know, that way.
Yeah.
And maybe I just got better with age, and I was young and stupid and not really that good back then. And then I'm not saying I'm great now, but like I'm better than what I was. Like you kind of learn from posting shit content.
Here, man, I've been posting this shit content for ages. People keep turning up. I mean, here you are in the podcast.
This is fucking good content. This is fucking great content.
But I mean, like, you're saying that, like, obviously, like, geez, like, that's a big lump from going from what, like, 2010. Do you know what I mean? Like, that, like, I feel like that was like peak, you know, Facebook kind of like comedians, stuff like this coming up in it. And obviously, it's moved on like a little bit, as you could say, more kind of Twitter or like even like TikTok and stuff like this. But like, was there like any inspiration kind of behind the stuff that you started coming out with? Like, or because I feel like yours is such a particular type of humor that it's like, it's like that proper kind of like Dublin lad, but like it's even like the way like you and Joe have like a back and forth in so many things that like it's hard to describe to anybody that hasn't like been in those situations before. But like for anybody who has been around Dublin or kind of see those characters, you're like, I know that person. Like, what was there like anybody that you kind of seen where you're growing up there being like I think that's funny. I kind of want to like do something like that, or is it kind of just been off your own bat, being like a giggle at yourself whenever you write something down, going like, oh, that'll be
good. Like when I first started, I was doing acting classes in Dublin city centre, and I was doing like different drama societies, so I was always like keen on acting, and then I just started posting stuff online because I used to like look at Vines and stuff like that. So I was looking just like probably 6-second videos, you know what I mean, and then I was looking at that, and then I was like trying to replicate that, but for some reason they just became much longer. So it was like 50-second Vines or like 1:20 Vines, which isn't Vine anymore. But I used to just post them for that because like I was like, I want to be an actor. I want to go my own route. I'm gonna go to social media.
And that's where it sprouted from.
Random. Pretty random.
You wanted to make Vines, but they're too long, so you're like, right, Facebook, here we go.
That's it.
I suppose, like, I mean, with that, like, it's like, you know, you were saying there you're like going to like acting class and stuff like this. What was the kind of initial reaction, I suppose, whenever you started? You know, like, how'd you feel like when maybe you started getting like recognized, being like that boy making like videos on the internet? Like, I always just think of like other kind of ones I talked to for.
I'm gonna kill that dog.
Jesus, I think I could kill you. My God.
No, I didn't even hear that question. Sorry, man, because the dog is literally just running around. But you're talking about getting recognised and stuff like that.
Man, bring him onto the pod. Jesus, give him a wee earphone there.
He just keeps like opening the door himself. He's so tall.
It's weird, like their dogs aren't supposed to have like opposable thumbs either, but like this one does. Like it's fucking crazy.
I mean, like he's usually in there drawing some pictures.
Are you getting
Anyway,
intimidated? Sorry. Yeah.
go back to the question. I'm very sorry.
Back to the question was, you were talking about you started the office. Obviously you're going to like job classes and stuff like this. Like, I suppose whenever you start like put yourself like online, what was like, you know, the initial reaction whenever suppose you start getting noticed?
Yeah.
I maybe in different situations, like was that kind of like an odd thing? Because I mean, as you said, you just decided to go your own route, and then next thing you'll be like, well, it's too long for Vine, and then next thing's be like I guess I'm doing Facebook now. Like, what was that kind of like? I suppose from going for like a traditional kind of acting, as you'd say, like background in town.
It was weird because they were sort of not going viral, but like there was like a certain say amount of people that would have came back and watched different ones I post. Like, so it's basically like at the start I was just posting them to like maybe like 50 people, and I just kept doing it, and then like it grew, like it kept growing, like, and people were like, there's Darren Conway, he's the guy on Facebook that does the videos, and I'd be like, how are you? It's pretty random. It was pretty random, and like the whole time I'm doing it, I'm like working in a pub, you know, that way, and people come in and get points and stuff, and they be like, I know your face from somewhere, and it's like I know that they know who I am, but they just don't want to say it or something. So like it was always like, I know your face is somewhere, and I'd never just say, oh, you must know me from Facebook, like, you know, because why would you like say that? It's a bit cringy or something. And it's just, oh yeah, it's from Facebook. Oh yeah, and that's where I know you from. You're gas. And then it was just that for years, like.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, because like, imagine obviously post on Facebook and like, you know, start like kind of like building up an audience. You're not getting an initial brand deal straight away. Like, so, you know, like you're just going about your day to day, and then you see that you're being like people online being like yeah, I think I've seen you somewhere.
Do I know you from somewhere? I'm like, well, I know that they know what it's from, and I'm like, I'm not gonna just say, oh, I make videos.
Yeah, actually, you might know me from a wee video. It's like, no, man, you're from the milk carton, aren't you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the missing one. You found me.
Yeah, but I suppose, like, I mean, even with that, like before this kind of like, how did it like feel? Obviously, you know, coming from that end, and then obviously getting into it now where it's very prominent. I mean, you're well, you know, known across kind of comedy scene. I mean, you have your own show and everything at all. Like, has it like changed your perspective at all, or does it still feel that wee bit of like a yeah, I suppose you might know me from somewhere?
Yeah, I think that's just who I am. It's kind of awkward when people like recognize it and stuff. You're just like, I just want to go to the shop, man. And then I run like a Usain Bolt sprint away. But now it's grand, like, you know. I definitely have the same outlook anyway. Everything just comes from past experiences. Well, not all of it, like, Jesus, but some of it would be just stuff from taken from the pub, different characters they used to come in, and then you kind of just remember like shit they said, you know, that way, and stories they said. But more of it's just like, I need to do a video and I need to think of something funny.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I suppose, like, before this kind of, like, you know, full, like, career now that is, like, in comedy and entertainment this kind of way, like, I'm sure you had some kind of character building jobs, like, when you were growing up there. I said, like, the pub, definitely. I mean, I worked in, like, service industry for, like, 3 years, and I feel like whenever you're in those situations where you're just, like, bluntly put on, like, you know, in front of the public, you get every kind of person in the world. Do you think, like, you know, as you said there, like, is that where you kind of like picked up, you know, and kind of informed the kind of comedy or kind of like, you know, person that you are today?
I suppose I think it's just fucking in me or something. I don't know. It's like, it's weird. Like nowadays it's just like, I just think of something and like, oh, I have to try like make that funny. But like me and Joe like always try make things simplistic. So like the less complex it is, it's like a real general idea, and just like kind of fucking messing with it, and then going off on tangents and just like whatever. So that's kind of the way we do it, you know.
Yeah,
you know, you know. You ever notice a word you always say, like, you know? I always, you know. And then like if there's like an article, you're talking to someone, and in the article they write, you know, like don't put that in, like.
Yeah, stop quoting me. Freaks, honestly. I was thinking I was listening to you on like one of the other podcasts, what you call with Frankie, from
Oh yeah,
Meditations. Yeah, and he was saying that like you guys do like a lot of improv and stuff like this, wasn't just for like, well,
yeah,
I don't know if that's for like the songs, but would that be for like the sketches as well?
yeah, man. The only thing that's scripted that we done is free gaff. So like that had to be scripted, obviously. But when we get together and do a sketch, it's just like, let's do a video where we're afraid of your dog and he's gonna bite us.
And
I'm
he's
like,
like 6 foot tall and keeps interrupting the
yeah,
podcast or something.
and then like he just like it's just a giraffe in the end, and that's the punchline. It's actually a giraffe inside the house. So silly, so silly. That's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? That wouldn't even be funny. If I seen a sketch like that, I'd go, that's not that funny.
I wonder what's that. But I suppose, yeah, I mean, at least like I feel like that's like kind of similar. Like it kind of sounds like, you know, someone that like you click on with, or like have that similar kind of like just abstract kind of humor that like if you're able to bounce off ideas and then next thing they come back with something weirder, you're just be like it could just keep flowing on until you just play around, turn around, going like, what, how did we get here? I have no idea, but I know it's pretty good though.
Yeah, that's literally it. It's like, how did we end up in this place? And then, yeah, I don't know.
You know,
we're just here. You just have to accept it.
But I suppose, like, was there any other like kind of big, like, I don't know, like jobs that I'm just trying to like guess and suspecting that the pub was a lot, but I don't know if you like ever did anything like call center, or I know you always kind of find these people that like are in comedy have seemed to go through the absolute trenches of the working world, and I feel like that it feeds a lot into like good comedy.
Yeah, but like as I said, I was working in the pub. I was there for like 9 years. And another job I had, I was working in Dunn stores, packing some shelves. And I'd done like 3 months just before Christmas and over the Christmas twice. So it's like they didn't even give me a job; they just hired me every Christmas. What the fuck are you doing? Just give me a job, like.
No, mate. It's fine. Like at Christmas, like that's all we really want you for. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you want to work full time? Fuck off.
Yeah. We like it in a Santa costume. Like, I don't want to fucking wear it.
Please stop making it work. It's not even part of the uniform, guys.
We just had everyone in Duns that worked there over Christmas had to wear a Santa costume.
Yeah, but they only made it do it whenever you came in so that they could keep it up. Like they kept like,
yeah,
darn, everybody has to do it. I've never heard this in my life. Why does none of the other stores have to do it? That's weird. But I suppose, like, I mean, obviously from all of this, like I just said, from going from the pub to Dunn's, my days, to get the podcast or TV show, have there been any major standout moments like that kind of came from what is essentially like 10 years like plus doing videos, making your own content? I suppose it's like becoming such like a like I don't know if there has been like any kind of major things that like even like now, I mean, you're on Spin there the other day, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like
it's so weird, like, because because you do it for so long, you don't think anything is ever gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I think like you just have to keep sticking to it. So I just like stuck with it. But sometimes like you get like an email to do something. Like I remember I got an email off Now, and it was to do a video with John O'Shea, and he was like showing me how to score goals or whatever. I think it was tackle, obviously he's a defender, but that was like a real standout moment. I was like, oh, fucking hell, I'm doing a video with John O'Shea, like, you know, that way. But then you like other things like the radio and just having a show on RT Player and stuff like that. It's fucking crazy, like, you know.
Yeah.
There's another, you know, it's crazy, you know. Like, will you stop fucking saying that, man? But yeah, like it's all pretty standout. Like sometimes you just got kind of sit back and go, that's fucking mad. How did this happen? It's not that way.
I mean, who would have thought that, you'd be doing, an ad for like Hunky Doors, like screaming at like crisps and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
fucking,
Do you know what I mean, man? Wildest dreams come true.
yeah, it's just mad. I've always just wanted to scream at crisps, and then it's more just to do with the law of attraction. Like I used to visualize myself screaming at crisps, and then it just happened.
You're just manifest up on the wall, yeah.
I just manifest everything. I want to. What do I want next? Another dog, maybe.
Another dog, yeah.
But like, if I visualize it hard enough, it'll just end up here. Won't even go out and get it. It'll just be here.
Yeah, geez, who knows where that was gonna go? Like,
fucking crazy.
I mean, I suppose like it must be like pretty insane to just be like, right, what, like, how have I ended up in these situations, and especially with the kind of like people that you've had on, like in terms of, I mean, yeah, like like having Mary Lou McDonald, like being your like mum for a little bit there, like bringing up like Jerry Adams on the phone, like, I mean, like these are all kind of like big things I suppose you don't really see coming from around the corner, do you? Like,
yeah, it's fucking so strange because like, oh yeah, if you get one, like you're like, oh no way, I got this happened. Like if I didn't get the ad or whatever, or didn't get a show, and you met Mary Lou, like you're like, geez, that's enough. Like I'm after fucking doing something. Like, you know that way. But like when it kind of, you get a couple of things, you're like, what the fuck? Why? Like I'm not even that good. Like.
Yeah, you just start gaslighting yourself. You're being like, lads, I don't.
Shit, like.
Like, you really don't need to pay me for this, honestly. Like it's like, you know, like I've got my Christmas like shift done, waiting there, right?
So you just replied to email saying, oh, I don't think I'm that good, and they're probably better off getting someone else. And then they're like, brilliant, is that the idea you're going with then?
We'll love it. See you Thursday. But I mean, like, I suppose on the flip side of that, with all the kind of great stuff that you've been able to go through and stuff like this, have there, on like the flip side, been any like horror stories that came from like being like, okay, great, for being like a funny lad online or whatever like this, and then you just get like served up some like random weird stuff, being like man, do you want to like do one where you're like, instead of screaming at Christmas time, you scream at children, like, or no?
I'm trying to think. Like obviously we'd have chats, like, and there'd be just sketches that were like, we cannot fucking do that, man. Like it's grand, just do it. But like I think what more wise not to do like stupid shit. Like I'd be very intact with what you can say and what you can't say. So same with Joe and stuff. But I'm on the ball, man. Don't worry about that. I'm on the fucking ball. But there hasn't even been any like weird stories. I'm trying to think. You have me here. No, I don't think there's been any kind of mad ones.
Or there hasn't been any bad reception. Maybe like to be like now somebody that's like gone from, like the pub, like, and now, you have your RT that like has it went full kind of like, who's he think he is now? Or you haven't got any of that stick, have you yet?
Well, I suppose sometimes I like go back into the pub the odd time that I walked in because it's there for so long. And I'd be like, oh, what's Crack House things and how he's getting on? And then they'd be like, oh, look who it is, yeah. The Hollywood. I still live like around the corner from the pub. What you're talking about?
I just have like a giant dog now and like chatting very like casually.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Like people like from Dublin, and especially like in the pubs and stuff, they all have this thing where I don't know what it is. It's like they'd be like, "All right, Tom Cruise." I was like, why are you fucking calling me Tom Cruise for? They're like, sorry, Dustin Hoffman. Like, so fucking stupid. Like,
I'm not Dustin Hoffman. Oh, Willem Dafoe, what's happening? Oh, man, no. Stop naming all these brilliant actors, God.
They've nothing got to do with me. Like, well, you're thinking of your like top 3 favorite actors and just like slagging me.
Yeah, what do you think about that, you successful bastard? Yeah.
And then they just go, drink a pint and have a smoke. But it's fucking mad, isn't it? Life is mad.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, here you're telling me, like, I mean, I've been doing this, and again, it's things are getting pretty big up in here. I'm almost hitting 20 listeners a week now, Darren. So I'm not trying to say like watch your back there with your other own podcast, but I would say maybe don't be playing for any awards this year. I can already see where I'm heading.
Yeah. Well, I think your podcast is better than mine. So there you go.
Thank God we agree on something. Like the worst interview in the world. Literally be like, yeah, you're shit. I agree.
It's like you just like shit on me the whole time. And it's like, no problem.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, what are you gonna do, Tom Cruise?
What are you gonna do, Dustin Hoffman? Fucking Martin Scorsese. Oh, he's a director, isn't he? Joe Pesci. Fucking Robert De Niro. Do you ever, like, when you have to think of some actors, you can't think of any?
Liza Minnelli. You just start shitting for anything. Like.
Name 4 singers. Like, I literally can't.
Don't make me stop on my own pressure. So, I mean, yeah, you've came from, the... I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. Like, I feel really bad.
You came from your mother. And,
I mean, yeah. So, like coming up, I suppose, like to be, where you are, doing all this now, like busy full time. Like, I mean, that must feel kind of pretty surreal. But like, is there anything that I suppose you said, like everything so far has been, didn't expect this to happen. Like, oh my God, every kind of part of his, like everything that you just get asked to do next, you're finding a standout moment in every kind of way. Like, is there any big kind of future plans or like bucket list moments that like, obviously so grateful for where you've got so far, but like you're going, oh, if there's one thing that I really want to like reach up to, like that's it. Like,
yeah, I like going back to like doing acting and all years ago. I'd love to do something serious, like like I've always wanted to be in a film, whether it's like an Irish film or whatever. I don't think it's going to be Hollywood anyway. I can't see that happening. But yeah, just like to get a role in something, like even if it's small, just to be on the big screen and just being like, hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, that's you're like, if that's your only lines, you're happy out.
That's all I know. It's just like break the fourth wall and just go, hello, how are you doing? And then it's over. Like my role is finished, and then like Tom Cruise just starts running.
Yeah. And everybody's really weirded out that like this guy like broke the fourth wall. Like, it's just really awkward. Yeah, like I suppose would that be like kind of one of the things that like obviously because you're so well noted like as like seeing like funny comedy and stuff like this, like would that be maybe like one of the things that you're being like, oh okay, like does this like stop you from getting into kind of more serious roles, or like I know has that like kind of came across you a bit?
Well, I wouldn't say like I'm typecasted because I haven't been casted, so I'd be typecasted if you haven't been casted in anything. But I reckon like if I was to be offered a role, they'd just get me to play some Dublin guy that's selling drugs. But there's so much more to me than that.
Come on, lads, Jesus. Yeah, like I mean, like even like I suppose would people like just kind of expect you because of like your background, like and you're kind of like known for being like funny, make these sketches, people expect you to kind of be like, I know it's just from some kind of comedians that talked on the show, they almost like people head up to them and be like, tell us a joke, or like they'll just be like, you're not funny in real life, like yeah.
Yeah, I mean like you get some like mad ones, like that thing, like tell us a joke is just, what the fuck are you supposed to say? It's like telling a builder to build a wall in the smoking area of a pub. Like,
oh yeah,
do it, hang on there, like.
Yeah, that's why I always bring my podcast equipment out with me, because I'm ready whenever, Joe. That's
so like, do a podcast. They're like, yep. Hang on there.
No, but I heard you're a podcaster. I prove it, mate. Yeah, go on there. But no, like I mean. I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. I feel like I've just been through it off for some reason and I can't tell why.
It's all good. Don't be worrying.
I'm just stressed out, Darren. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is the biggest interview I've had yet. I don't know what to do here.
I know. You've had some good ones.
Right, who's my favourite one? Yeah.
Yeah, what's your favourite podcast you've done so far?
Darn.
Let me interview you.
Yeah, do you want to take over?
Only joking. No, I'm only joking. Just flip the script. This is my podcast now. It's not yours anymore.
Yeah, it never has been mine, Darren. I'm actually just like playing along with this. Each week I just turn up anyways, and I just hope somebody else does the talking, but here we are.
That's actually a good sketch, isn't it? Like some guy that just robs
Hey,
people's
it's
podcasts.
copyrighted.
No, damn it.
That's all recorded, man. So, I mean, from everywhere that you went on now, the only other thing that you want to do is maybe get back into like acting, something serious. If we see turn around next year in a film, you'll be thumbs up. That'll be you happy out.
Yeah, that would be complete. Done. Retired.
Yeah. You've hit peak, and then you got the dog as well.
Yeah, the dog, another big tall dog.
Yeah,
and a film will do me grand. But has to be like a Marvel film or something. Just like,
yeah, do you know what I mean? You got all standards. Like, you don't want to just say yes to whatever. Like,
like I don't want to just get on Fair City and call it a day. Like, I want to be Spider-Man. Like,
man, here we've said already. Now, I mean, law of attraction. They're casting anybody these days, honestly, for that role. Like, we're making our Spider-Man. You heard it here first. Like,
like there's a multiverse now, so it could just be like a tall, like big build Spider-Man that drinks cans. He just drinks cans or something.
Yeah, and gets slagged in his pub. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a William Dafoe. No, it's not. It's clearly fucking not. Like.
Well, I think I've exhausted all my questions. Now, I usually do like a quick fire round of like random things I wrote down, but all I've written down here is Darren Conway's creations in Vine. So
it's a shame Vine is gone now, so you won't be able to look at them.
Yeah, exactly. My God. But if I ever do find them, or if anybody else does find them, Darren, where can they give their critiques? Where can they find you online and on social?
Just, you know, when you type in someone's name into a search bar on social media, it just like you'd see me face, like you'd see me face somewhere. So I mean, like, yeah. If you want to follow me, you can follow me. If you don't, you don't. Yourself. But please do.
And if there's any casting agents that are listening on to this and say, hey, we've heard the next big Spider-Man and it's Darren Conway, you know, just type in his name.
Yeah.
Don't make it too easy for him. Like,
what do you mean I'm not skinny? Like, that's shaming me. Like, just because. Like, it's just disgraceful.
Yeah, stop trying to typecast Spider-Man. Fuck's sake, guys. All right, whatever.
Yeah, it's like the 24th century. Come on, like 2022. Fucking hell.
Well, Darren, I delighted that you came on to the pod here tonight, and I'm glad that we got to sit down. I feel like it's taken me out of my little bit of my weekend fear that I've been living through. But yeah, say hi to the dog for me, and thanks so much for coming on to the pod, man.
No worries, Connor. My man.
I'll see you later, man. Bye.
Are you gonna just keep laughing until you go to sleep?
Yeah, that's basically how it works.
Just in bed, like, ha 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 ha. I'm trying to watch a film. Ha ha ha.
That's why I can't share a room anymore. Yeah.
Good time.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Finnterviews. If you enjoyed this episode or any of the other ones, please do remember to go back, give us a like, subscribe, share and comment, and a 5-star rating on all the platforms that you can. Honestly, all that stuff really does make a difference. And as well as that, you can go online and you can give me a wee follow on socials. I'm on everything that you could imagine, like YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. That's the big one. That's what you want to go follow me on. And you do that by typing in Finnterviews podcast, Finnterviews pod, or just Finnterviews online, and you'll find all my episodes. I link in all my socials in the wee show notes as well, so you just have to click them. I make it super easy, and what you do is you subscribe, and then you can give me some of these online. Until next time, thanks very much for tuning in to another episode, and I'll chat to you later. Bye.